Hi, welcome to week 8 of COM 111. I would like to take just a few minutes to talk about the assignments that are due this week and then to help you navigate the group area of Blackboard a little bit more since we are going to be working on the next step of your group project. So the first thing you need to do is take a look at the outline for week 8. We took a little break from group discussion last week, but we are back at it today. This week we're going to be looking at chapters 7 and 8. Please remember that when you have multiple chapters, your requirement is still the same. So I'm going to be looking at 4 or 5 posts spread over 3 separate days in order to earn full credit for this week. There will be multiple prompts since it is over 2 different chapters rather than just 1. You also need to read chapter 8 and complete the quiz that is in this week's folder. The other thing that we are going to be doing this week is the next step for your group project. So at the bottom of this week's folder, you will see the group wiki project. Please make sure that you read through this handout if you have not had a chance to do that. Please note that the final due date for the whole project is April 4th, but we will be submitting small steps along the way. So this week, your job is to figure out what your main topic for your wiki will be, what each member of your group will do for their subtopic, and then I would like you to assign roles within your group. So if you scroll down to page 3, you will find the second step for the project. This gives you examples of some main topics, and these I have pulled from chapter 13 and 14, and these are just the main headings within those chapters. So please don't make this more difficult than it needs to be. You just need to pick a main topic. You can choose one of these, or you can look through the chapters and pick one within your group. Then each person within your group needs their own subtopic because this is what they will do research on and what they will write about for the wiki. I've given you some examples here. You can use those if you would like, or you can look through and choose some different topics. Please keep in mind that the subtopics can be pulled from anywhere in the text so far. So you could have interpersonal relationships within small groups. You could have active listening within small groups. You can go any direction you would like as long as it deals with small groups in some way. Your research will come both from the text and outside sources when you are researching and writing about your topic. But for this week, we're just choosing main topics and subtopics. The other thing that you need to do is decide on roles within your group. So if you go to chapter 14, section 2, you will find the group member roles. I need you to decide who within your group is going to be the leader. This is an important role because they are in charge of making sure everybody is doing what they need to do. They are also the person who has communication with me during the project. So it can get really confusing and time consuming if individuals from the group are separately emailing me questions, because sometimes those have been answered to another member within the group, and I end up doing a lot of extra legwork if that happens. So it is easier if there is one person in charge of communication, because it makes it so that you have to talk within your group and also kind of problem solve and figure things out on your own. And then if you still can't figure it out, then come to me, one person, and I will do my best to answer your questions that you may have. So please make sure that your leader is ready to take on that task of being in charge of communication with me and then spreading that information out to the rest of the group. There are other roles listed here. Please make sure that you stay with the positive behaviors. There are also roles within the group that are not as positive, and we don't want to assign those to people. We want to stick with the roles that will keep the group moving forward. So you may have people that have the same role. So there might be multiple people who are information seekers and providers, and that's okay. So the last thing that I want to look at is within your group. But before we do that, please just make sure that you submit the subtopics and roles here. So your main topic, subtopics, and roles will be submitted here. Though that this is a group assignment, so it will just be submitted. So as you're working on this, you have a couple of options of where to get your information together as a group. You could use a Google Doc, or you can actually do it within the groups here on Blackboard. So if you go within your group and you click on the discussion board, you'll see my icebreaker activities here, but then you can create a new forum and have, brainstorming for topics and subtopics, brainstorming for roles, and you can do the discussion on here. You don't have to, you can decide within your group what works best. Sometimes groups have done Google Docs and that works best for them. Other people have done it through emails, text messaging. That way is fine too. So you decide within your group what will work best. Sometimes the discussion board is a good place to start because you know that everybody has access to Blackboard. So again, for this week, you need to be working with your group to figure out your main topic, subtopic, and roles, and that will be submitted to this group link right here. If you have any questions or concerns about this week's assignments, please do not hesitate to contact me. I hope you have a great week. Bye.